Hello, beautiful legends, and welcome to a very early start of this Blunt Force Healing Podcast, episode 428. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning here in Taghazout, Morocco. My wife is already on her legs from probably 7 o'clock in the morning or 7:30. I woke up probably about half an hour ago, had a good night's sleep, although I had to wake up a couple of times. Julian was having some, I would say, feverish moments. It was very, warm. His body was definitely increasing temperature, so I had to give him some ibuprofen, and we'll see how it goes today. I'll definitely need to go to that pharmacy finally. Yesterday, the pharmacy beside the Imam du Chef was closed, I suspect because of the Sunday, and previously on Saturday it was Independence Day for Morocco. So somebody took probably weekend off, but when we were driving back to the hotel, I saw one pharmacy opened and thought about going there in the evening, but it turned out I didn't. Julian was feeling fine, but again, as I said, at night he was sweating a bit, and we had to manage with water and ibuprofen. We'll see how it goes. No direct plans yet. I guess we will make plans at the breakfast or after the breakfast. Breakfast starts at 7 a.m. and ends, I think, at 11, so we have about 2 hours to go and consume our breakfast, because Julian was awake in the morning around 5 a.m. Sorry, my alarm clock rang and dropped the video recording. So yes, Julian was awake around 5 a.m. so he fell back asleep after a while because he couldn't sleep, and now he's still in bed. So we are waiting for him to wake up, and then we will go. For breakfast, I'll make him the lovely tea with lemon and honey. For starters, it usually helps him to manage through most of the day and helps him in recovery, I think, to some extent. So we'll keep the tradition going, and as I said, more updates to come later. So we are now after the breakfast. As you can see, Julian and Elizabeth are enjoying a session playing table tennis. I don't think I can use the phone too long here because the sun is scorching hot and straight onto the phone, so it will probably heat it up pretty quickly. So I wanted to just add that segment and show you the guys playing table tennis. Breakfast was lovely. I'm full. We are waiting because our room is being cleaned off at the moment, and then we will decide what to do next. We definitely want to go towards Agadir. Obviously just a moment, a couple of minutes, to see if the guys with the quads are there and to check how expensive or inexpensive the session on quads is, and if Julian can participate, and then we'll see from there if we will use their service. Quick afternoon update. We are now coming back from walk at the beach. I think the wind is very strong, so it's probably, you can hear it in the video. So I won't be long. Basically, we did 2.5 kilometers one way, now coming back another 2.5, so we'll do a healthy 5k. We passed by a couple of stray dogs, surfers and other people, but we were looking for quad bikes. There doesn't seem to be anything like that for rental, so we need to look elsewhere because we want to go on quad bikes before we leave Morocco. It's a very strong wind, but the temperature is still quite hot. Index is low already, so it's not like it will burn us, but the heat is strong, the weather is good. You can see one stray dog and then another couple there. There's at least 4 or 5 of them that we can see. I already mentioned that there's a lot of stray dogs, especially on this side of Atlas Mountain. We saw barely any dogs on the other side in Essaouira. There was mostly cats, but it seems like dogs are feeling much better in this area. So we are returning to the hotel. Julian stayed in the room with a phone just in case he needs to contact us. And we are going to try a second restaurant in the hotel and planning on to a trip tomorrow to Agadir and check their Medina. So I'll be recording more shortly. Welcome back to the last segment of today's update. I showed you the snippet of our today's setting for dinner. We decided to go for another dinner at the hotel because we didn't want to risk it and drive too far, and besides it's quite windy. Julian is not feeling super good. Well, he's feeling better, but I think he started to getting a little bit temperature now. So what I want to do is to come back to the hotel room and get him some ibuprofen to make sure that, you know, we manage the actual, you know. Ooh. So that I needed to use the DIY option to get him some ibuprofen, half of the tablet, because I have tablets that are 400 milligrams and he's obviously shouldn't be taking full 400 milligrams at once. I'm going to give him half, about 250, because this is the dosage that I think Mayo Clinic and other medical professionals are suggesting and advising to use for children that are younger than 18 years old. And I'm going to return to the guys, spend some nice dinner together, and then go to sleep. I have a little headache. I think it's after the sun, because we were at the beach a little bit with my wife. We did like 5 kilometers in the afternoon. Julian stayed in the room, but we did those 5K, and it feels like somehow the sun got me, and I think I need to rest a bit. From the highlights of today, not much happened. It was another relaxing day, but we did one of those calls that were abandoned for a while, which is my brothers and I. We decided to resync and do Zoom calls to get together and sync up on things that happen in our lives, especially that we are, quite separated. Sometimes my both brothers are seeing each other because they happen to be in Poland, but since I am in Ireland, obviously, and we live here in Ireland, it's difficult to keep up with what is happening in each other's lives. So we do quarterly calls, almost like in a company, and then we do separate, we plan for doing separate calls between each other. So that's the plan. I don't know how it will go. Today we did a nice shit. I think I forgot the card. I hope my wife has the card, because my card was left in the room. So fingers crossed that she has a card in her phone, like in the case, because otherwise we won't be able to get back in the room. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you have a great rest of the day, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Tomorrow we are likely to go to Agadir. We checked today if we can get some quads in the area, but there was no one serving quad riding, so we might be more, I would say, luckier tomorrow. So tomorrow might be a lot of things happening, like quad biking and some of the Agadir sightseeing. So that's it for today. Stay tuned. Thank you very much for popping in. See you tomorrow.